Welcome back, welcome back. We just got done with the iFast Agent webinar. That means that all of you guys who are joining us back here on the iFlash for you, now just sit down, sit down. iFlash for you is this bonus section. I'm not going to get all frisky. I'm not going to go grabbing my goods and nothing like that. iFlash for you is the insurance flashcards for you guys, all right? We didn't just give you guys flashcards. Like, I actually purchased the flashcards, David, from that other school. You know, look, guys, you don't think we just showed up today and didn't buy every single class on the market, right? Like, everybody out there is thinking, oh, we sold another one, guys. No, I'm just making sure no one's catching up on us. So what we did is we bought all the tools out there in the marketplace. We bought the flashcards. They sent us this big brick of flashcards, right? Like 400 and something terms and topics. And it does make sense. Like, I get it, because technically this Kaplan book right here, 605 pages. The 240 health insurance licensing class is on about 140 of those pages. It breaks down to about 450, 465 topics, concepts, things along those lines, right? So what's the point? That's what you were supposed to get in the flashcards, but I didn't like it. Why? Because they're just this big brick of paper. So what we did is we took this book and we cut out all those extra words. And I'm going to show you what I mean. And just extracted only the key words, the key topics, and put them on digital flashcards for you, all right? So you can go ahead and find those digital flashcards free from us at theinsuranceschool.com. You can find it on iflashforyou.com. This is the 240 health insurance class. See, I like it. Look, dude, we got jokes. I'm telling you, we got jokes. I can't even actually say it without cracking a smile on my face. iFlash, your insurance flashcards for you, all right? Get your mind out of the gutter. So what we're going to do is let me show you how we're going to break this down, all right? So let's go into this Kaplan manual. And I want to just make sure, it really bugs me that Kaplan gets all the credit and none of the shame, okay? Because this manual is actually, the information is provided by the Chief Financial Officer and the Department of Financial Services. You see that? There's the seal right there, Department of Financial Services. That NAFA thing that's on the front, that triangle, you know, the all-seeing eye, that's the National Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors. Let me tell you something about national associations. They have no power around here. You ever seen Tombstone? Your law don't go around here, law dog. You may have great suggestions, but the state of Florida is run by the state of Florida. So if any of these national associations come up in conversation, and really they're not going to come up in conversation, they're going to come up in test conversation, right? Just remember that they make suggestions. They help us standardize the business of insurance. They do not write laws. They have no authority. Only the Chief Financial Officer and his Department of Financial Services makes the law around here. All right? So if we go into the front of this book, but I didn't get a chance to talk trash about the Kaplan yet, right? So I told you who actually did it. Kaplan just published the book. Don't go running around thinking like, yo, Jay, if you're going to use the Kaplan book, why don't I just take the Kaplan class? Yo, you can just leave right now, right? Because if you think that I'm worried about you taking the Kaplan class, you're crazy, right? First of all, every moment you spend with me counts towards your 40 hours. Like, look, I don't care if you don't want to spend 40 hours with me, but you can go ahead and just go hang out with Mr. Roboto over there talking about Bueller. All right, so if you turn to page S, it's not even a real page, all right, guys, but it's very, very upfront in the beginning. Notice the test takers. You're going to see the Department of Financial Services seal, Chief Financial Officer Jimmy Petronas. Look, guys, you get any one of these questions about Jimmy Petronas wrong, I'm going to be positive that we can't be friends, all right, because it'd be a crime against logic right now, all right? We haven't brought anybody else up in the class. Nobody else really matters. Who else will we need to remember? We need to remember that commissions have commissioners, right? All right, well, remember that. We ain't going to talk about it now. We'll talk about that when we talk about offices. But if you go to the very beginning, it's S1. It's literally like 10 pages in, but you'll see examination content outlines, Florida Agent Life, And if you go over to the next page, S2, S3, here it is, Florida Agents Health Insurance. This right here, guys, this is the class outline. This here is absolutely everything that we're going to be studying, right? Now, I don't know about you, but I did tell you that this book was written by the National Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors. Has a financial advisor ever told you a story you wanted to listen to? No. This book is no different. No different. Remember what I said, guys. Remember, just relax. Defamation is when we talk trash about somebody and it's not true, okay? I am telling the truth here. This is not defamation. But defamation is a test question, so see that I'm dropping knowledge on you, like right there. Psh, I'm over here like just sprinkling vocab off my shoulder, off my elbow like I'm Emerald and whatnot. All right, so we're going to come in here and we're going to jump over to the section that says Florida Statutes, Rules, and Regulations. It's over there on page S4. And this section right here, this is going to identify the Chief Financial Officer again. It's going to identify the Department of Financial Services and the other entities responsible for regulating the business of insurance in Florida, right? So remember, in this section here, this is IFlash for you because it's not I explain for you, okay? This isn't story time. We're actually just going to dissect and pull out and throw away all the unnecessary words that Kaplan threw into their book because there's a word count associated with this class, right? So it's not like I can go ahead and throw you out bullet points, like I actually got to give you 100 and something thousand words. Well, they just decided, wait till you see the words that they decided to give you. Me, I'm going to be a little creative. I'm going to tell a story. We're going to talk trash about people who violated the law. We're going to talk a whole bunch. We're going to be friends by the end of this 40 hours, all right? Either that or you're going to send me death threats, one of the two. So let's go over to chapter 26, all right? 26, this is law and ethics. This is that thing that when you got started with this class, we know you cried a little bit like, what do you mean? I got to learn insurance law. I don't even know how to spell insurance law. So over here in 26.11, we're on page 402, Chief Financial Officer. Look, I already told you. The questions they're going to ask you about the CFO, super simple. Remember where you're on myfloridacfo.com? Right. What's his division? Department of Financial Services? Right. Check this out. Top of the page, I want you to highlight Chief Financial Officer. Now, we don't do that rookie stuff, right? Where you just highlight the whole paragraph. What kind of nonsense is that? I don't want to remember your whole paragraph. That's like meeting I'm a dude, right? So I'm just going to tell stories from a guy's standpoint. But like highlighting the whole paragraph would be like going out on a date and writing down everything about your date so you can remember everything. And then forgetting her phone number, Like, what the hell was the point of that? Well, that's what this is. It's a whole bunch of words, and it's like they disguise what we're supposed to learn, right? So look at this. There's like, I swear, I won't talk trash the whole time. It's just we're just getting started. You're looking at the page right now. I know you're reading ahead, and you're like, yo, Jay, just tell me. I like where you're going right now. Yeah. So remember, do not highlight the whole paragraph. Only the words I tell you to highlight. Also, for you really, really thorough people, who have to highlight and underline, don't underline it right now, okay? We're identifying the dots. I'm identifying what it is we are going to study. So if you just highlight it now, when we come back to it, that's when you underline it. So then when it gets time for us to go ahead and review the class for your state exam, you know that we've gone over everything twice when you see it highlighted and then you see it underlined. And so not only am I going to jump around with the highlighting, but when we get to the underlining part, we're not even going to underline the whole highlighting thing, right? Because do you need to remember a big, long story about the CFO? No, you need to remember that he is independently elected official. Highlight that. Directly under that on the next paragraph or next sentence, head of the Department of Financial Services. Highlight that, right? Now, if you remember, we talked about the fact that the CFO had customer service and a forensic department and the agent and agency services. He actually oversees 15 different divisions and offices. Gee, guys, highlight that. All right. Now, let me ask you a question. Would we identify a difference between divisions and offices? Maybe that's because we're going to talk about it in another chapter, right? So mind your business. Mind your business. All right. So let's go a little further down. Skip, like halfway through. See, it says there, have a role in regulating insurance. Highlight that. And then right after that, it says, regulation of insurance agents is directly administered by the CFO and the Department of Financial Services. Highlight that. All right. Now, in between that stuff that we just got rid of, the CFO is responsible for 15 different divisions and offices, right? 6 of them have something to do with the business of insurance. We're tested on like 4 of them, guys. Well, I guess not. I guess we are tested on all 6 of them, but I mean, a couple of them is like a bullet point. Like we're already almost done with customer service. But anyway, all right. So CFO is super important. Well, that's all we needed out of that chapter, guys. Come on, man. That's sexy. You have never seen that paragraph look that good before, right? You see that? Yeah. So now what we're gonna do? Yo, David, what's my time? I'm going to hit stop. And then when we get back, we're going to go into the very next page. We're going to jump over this blah, blah, blah thing of Financial Services Commission. And we're going to go over to 403 on Department of Financial Services. Since I've gotten you acquainted to what we're going to do, don't think I'm going to get all lovey-dovey in part 2. We're just going to jump right in and then